Hi, readers. It's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper, and welcome to Tag Tuesday. I have my Sparkle All the Way shirt on today. You can't see it all, but I just want you to know I'm in the festive holiday spirit. I have put some trees around here. I have put a tree in my office. I have put some things on the bookshelves and on the mantle. So Christmas is in full swing finally. I'm so grateful. All right, today's tag, I was tagged by the library mouse. Now, I want to be very clear, and I'm going to put this in the description box below. This is the library mouse, Gina. If you go to YouTube and you search the library mouse, you will find another library mouse channel, which is not Gina's, but if you go in and put the library mouse, Gina, you will find her channel. She's fairly new to YouTube, I think, and she has only 189 subscribers. So go show her some love, subscribe to her channel, and maybe do her tag. She's already produced 99 videos, so that's quite something. She tagged me in the Bring Back Browsing tag, which was originally created by Karen at Roving Reader, and she was tagged by Maeve at Maeve Ever Books, whom I've never heard of, either of those two people. So I will be researching them when I am complete with this tag today. And I liked this one. It only has 4 prompts, so it'll be a pretty quick video today. But I tried to choose books that I haven't talked about for a while. And then there was one that was like oh, it's got to be this one. So let's get started. Prompt number 1 is The Magic of Discovery. And this prompt is to share a book you found while browsing that you might not have discovered otherwise. And that book is We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang. And this book led me to read another book by Tracy Lang. And she has yet another one coming out in 2025. So I'm excited about that. These are family sagas. These are conflicting issues in families. Tough stuff happens in these books, but I really, really enjoyed this. I got this at Square Books. I would not have found this had I not been browsing there. And I've always been grateful that I stumbled upon this book in one of my favorite bookstores in the state of Mississippi because I really, really enjoyed this author. And the second one I just read was The Connollys from County Down. So if you like family stories these are not always likable and people who do things you want them to do, but I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. The next prompt is Expanding World. Share a book that has made you view things from a different perspective or exposed you to new ideas. This one was a little tricky for me to think of because I wanted to really give this some thought, and there were a couple that I thought of that were difficult for me because sometimes when there's a different perspective, it's tricky. Like I was thinking of a Jodi Picoult book I read, which was Small Great Things. I think that was the one where the nurse was taking care of, she was Black and she was taking care of a white woman who was pregnant and her husband. And yeah, that one I enjoyed it. So I actually chose The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles, which I read this past year as well, I think. And I really did enjoy these characters way more than I thought I would. And here's why. Because they were all incarcerated at one point together. And one of them is coming out because he's being paroled, but the other two, no. So a lot of different things happen in this book, and there are a lot of other characters as well, and those perspectives were even more engaging. There's a guy that Emmett and his brother meet that I just loved, and he helps them. I loved his little brother. I loved the diversity of these characters, and even though there were times when they did things that I was just like, seriously, it made the book. It really, really did. And so I appreciated this. It was also set in a different time, historical fiction, so it was just quite delicious. And if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it. That was a Book of the Month Club in 2021, so I'm assuming it may have come out that year, but I really do love that, which has led me to want to read everything that Amor Towles has ever written. Okay. The next one, prompt number 3, is open to change. Share a book that has changed who you are as a person or altered your day-to-day habits. This one definitely is special to me and has altered my day-to-day habits, and that is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This is an old copy that I have read more than once. It's been beaten up. I think I've highlighted, I underlined in the days of old. Uh, the Artist's Way is a spiritual path to higher creativity is the subtitle, is quite something. She gives you week by week something to bring forward and to recover from. And one of the things that has changed my life as a result of this is she recommends morning pages every day, 3 pages longhand in a notebook with a pen. And she's very specific. And I started doing that when I read this book, which was right after Hurricane Katrina. So I have been doing 3 pages a day in a notebook about this size with a pen every single day, except perhaps for the days where my grandchildren were born or I was in the hospital. Literally, those are the only exceptions to that rule. And even some of the ones that the grandkids were born, I went back and did it that evening. Absolutely a habit I've had daily since 2005 or 6. And the reason this came to me, if I didn't tell you before, if I did, just fast forward a little bit, Julia Cameron came to Mississippi, which we were devastated by Hurricane Katrina. She came here to give an Artist's Way class to people at my local book club, which had reopened fairly fast. And I did not get to go because I didn't know about it. We weren't communicating as well then because we were all, rebuilding our homes. But she came and did a whole set of classes on the Artist's Way. And I have never forgotten that grace that she bestowed and that kindness that she bestowed on some of my dear, dear friends. If you haven't read The Artist's Way, it's really remarkable. Let me give you an idea of what the chapters are about. So, and she's written a lot of books, by the way, and even some screenplays, and she's quite something. So she goes through the daily habits that she thinks unblock and open up your creativity. And so they're called the basic tools. And morning pages is the first one. The morning pages are first. Let's see. She talks about that for a good long time. And then an artist's date where you do something creative with yourself and for yourself. And so she has you sign a contract for these tools. And I think there's another one too. But nevertheless, protecting the artist child within is one of the topics here. Recovering a sense of identity. This is quite something. And if you like this one, she has a ton of them that I have. And I haven't read all of them, but that is something I could focus on this year, right? Absolutely. All the backlist books, I've had them for a while. And the last one is browse a bookstore, library, or a friend's shelves and talk about a book you found there. Now, I don't have a car right now because my daughter had a car wreck and she has my car. So it's hard for me to just pop out and go to the library or a bookstore these days. I did go to the bookstore the other day, but I don't want to talk about that book that I got because I'm going to talk about it very soon because I'm reading it. But what I did was I browsed my partner's part of the shelves, and there are certain sections that are hers, just the books that she's purchased and loved. And I think she read this one. I'm pretty sure she did, but this is Lily and the Octopus by Stephen Rowley. Look, I have not read this book since she has purchased it a long time ago because, and I can maybe tell you where she got it if this is a receipt from the bookstore, she got it at Square Books as well in 2016. And she had it at the end of the book, so she probably did read it. But I will tell you why I haven't read this book, because it's about a dog and there might be some things that happen. So this is the synopsis, just so you know. Love is an act of courage. This is a story about that special someone, the one you trust, the one you can't live without. For Ted Flask, that someone special is his aging companion, Lily, who happens to be a dog. Lily and the Octopus remind us how it feels to love fiercely, how difficult it can be to let go, and how the fight for those we love is the greatest fight of all. Combining the emotional depth of The Art of Racing in the Rain And The Magical Spirit of Life of Pi. Lily and the Octopus is an epic adventure of the heart. Remember the last book you told someone they had to read? Lily and the Octopus is the next one. You guys, I could hardly read this without crying. I mean, I started to tear up. You might have noticed. So I have not read this for that reason. However, it does not mean that I couldn't or shouldn't read this. And I will say that I have heard great things about the Guncle, and the Guncle goes somewhere. And so, there's lots of books by Stephen Rowley, but they're probably funnier and more lighthearted. But I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to put this on my TBR because I think she really, really loved it. And if she got through it, surely I can get through it. All right. Thanks for joining me today. I really enjoyed this book tag. I'm going to tag a couple of people that I enjoy watching. So I'm going to tag Michele at Michele Lynn Reads. I'm going to tag Kim at Middle of the Shelf March. I just watched a video that Kim was doing this morning, and I'm not finished with it, but it's fantastic. And I already have a book that I'm about to buy from there. I'm going to tag Brittany at Rescues and Reads, who is fairly local to me, and I enjoy her videos so very much, and also Kat at Kat's Novel Adventures. They may or may not decide to do this tag, and that is absolutely fine. And for those of you who want to do this tag, please feel free to do that. You don't have to be tagged by me to do something that I have shared. So go ahead and share with us what you would answer to these prompts if you are a subscriber and you're not going to do this tag. I would love to hear what might fit these prompts for you. And if you've read any of these, let me know. And if you survived Lily and the Octopus, let me know that too, because I'm probably going to need a little bit of encouragement for that one. Okay, readers, thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, happy reading, and currently, happy holidays. Bye.